In the middle of nowhere, there is a strange place, where modern physics seems to break down completely and utterly. It defies all natural logic. For many long, quiet decades, satellite images show absolutely nothing. But when scientists finally zoomed in, what they saw left the entire world completely speechless. China had built a behemoth, an unprecedented, massive water fortress. The Yangtze River was deadly. It brought life and disaster. Historic floods drowned millions here. To tame this wild dragon, leaders dreamed of a megadam. The idea sparked fierce debates. Recalling the tragic past floods, they knew action was needed. The destruction was truly unimaginable, yet farmers relied on it. The river was their livelihood. Despite the ever-present dangers, turning the dream into reality started with an early vision. It took decades to mature. Through times of massive upheaval, different leaders pushed the plan. Experts surveyed the treacherous waters, but wars halted the progress. The ambition never truly died. Devastating floods forced their hand. Finally, construction was officially approved. It would be incredibly massive. Leaders drove the colossal project. Despite some strong expert opposition, the parliament cast their votes. It passed with rare resistance. Many feared the environmental cost. Still, the massive cranes arrived. The epic building phase began. They had to control nature, to protect millions downstream, and to generate clean energy. Shipping was another main goal. The dam raised water levels. The work spanned 20 years, turning a quiet river gorge into a buzzing megafactory. Millions of tons were poured. The sheer scale was terrifying. Choosing the right location was an absolutely critical first step. They needed solid granite bedrock to hold the immense weight and withstand the rushing currents. Diverting the river was complex. They devised a brilliant strategy, blocking the river in stages, using a small natural island as a crucial stepping stone. First, they blocked one side, creating a dry construction pit. Then they shifted the flow. Trucks worked day and night, dropping boulders into the water, finally sealing the mighty river. But severe problems soon emerged. The massive amount of materials made traditional pouring too slow. It would take decades longer. So they hired foreign experts, installing giant continuous conveyor belts, delivering concrete at lightning speed. The robotic arms reach everywhere. Yet, another deadly threat loomed. The curing concrete generated heat, threatening to crack the dam. They solved it with ice, mixing concrete with crushed ice to keep the temperature low. They also sprayed cooling mist, creating an artificial winter environment. Miles of cooling pipes were embedded deep within the structure, pumping cold water constantly through. This prevented catastrophic thermal cracking. The structure remained perfectly intact. Then came the filling phase. The weight was absolutely astronomical. It literally shifted Earth's mass, slowing the planet's rotation slightly. They raised the water gradually, giving the Earth time to safely adjust to the pressure. Thousands of sensors were embedded, monitoring every single micromovement, ensuring the megastructure held firm. Experts watched the data closely. The final numbers are staggering. Decades of relentless, dangerous labor, installing record-breaking massive generators, creating ship locks like stairs, capable of taming the floods. It spans over 2 kilometers. Standing proudly across the gorge, the reservoir stretches endlessly upstream, transforming the region's entire geography, generating massive amounts of power, lighting up half the country. But the human cost remains. The budget ballooned out of control during the long construction, reaching tens of billions eventually. Was it truly all worth the hidden sacrifices left behind? Let's look at the dark side. The rising waters swallow everything. Farmers lost their fertile lands. Entire cities were brutally demolished. Forced relocation displaced 1 million. They had to start completely over in unfamiliar, sterile environments, leaving behind their ancestral roots. The compensation was often inadequate. Corruption plagued the resettlement funds. Desperate protests were swiftly silenced. Officials ignored the rising complaints, leaving many families in poverty. Their history was literally erased. Ancient archaeological sites sank forever. The environmental impact was severe. Landslides plagued the new reservoir. Despite its engineering marvel status, the dam's legacy remains complicated, a monument to extreme ambition. In the middle of nowhere, there is a hidden place where modern physics seems to break down completely. Under the immense water pressure, satellite images showed nothing. For decades they remained quiet. But when scientists finally zoomed in on the floods, what they saw below left the world speechless. A silent ecological destruction was quietly unfolding here. Tons of vital sediment were permanently trapped upstream. The massive concrete structure blocked the natural flow. Downstream farms lost vital nutrients. Deadly runoff poisoned the water. The sediment-free rushing river severely eroded city riverbanks. The surrounding fertile lands suffered from extreme degradation. Ancient fish faced total extinction. Rare aquatic species vanished entirely. The worst-case scenario looms large. If the massive structure fails, vast farmlands would completely drown. Downstream megacities would heavily flood. Millions of helpless residents would face unprecedented devastation. This ambitious human project required moving entire mountains. They tamed the roaring river by carving through solid rock. Thousands of tireless workers poured endless concrete daily. The colossal dam finally rose. Engineers carefully planned every step. It remains a modern marvel, guided by strict safety oversight, forged with sheer human determination. The complicated legacy lives on.